All right, guys, what is going on? My name is Joe, aka Cap.
Dash.
So are you just like Michael Buffer now? You wanted to see how long you'd hold that intro?
Oh, you don't
I'm
even
Francis,
know yet.
by the way.
Oh, you don't even know yet. You don't even know, man. And
You
this
don't know Michael
is
Buffer,
the
Francis.
push. Guys, we're back. Most of us, at least.
Cap's okay, and he's back. Oh, yay.
So I am back once again, but unfortunately, we traded me for Dom this week. Dom, unfortunately, could not be here today. He's getting a couple of personal things checked out. He'll be back soon, though. Everything's good.
He's taking care of business.
And that means that...
Every day.
Taking care of business.
So, for the first time
Everywhere.
ever, we're actually able... Because I finally figured out, thanks to Dom, I am in control of the stream this evening. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? The host in control of the stream. That's insane.
He's a STEM major!
Which means
And yes, folks, you would think a guy that does designs for sports teams would know how to go live on Twitch.
Hey.
Yeah, you would think that the guy that that works for television would know how to work Streamlabs, but he still knows how to do this.
So that's
I
what
knew that
feels
was
like.
coming. I knew that was coming. That's a good one.
Oh god. But anyway, regardless.
So that's what it looks like from the outside.
Anyway, regardless, boys, we might be 3MBing it today, but there's still a lot of wrestling to talk about. A couple of things have been happening within the world of professional wrestling, and we need to talk about them. So, let us start with Saturday's Night of Champions, happening in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Scott, I do believe... Oh my God, Cap, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I forgot you weren't there last week when we said this. Dom and I said that for Scott's predictions notebook, we should just get him a death note. Just for the lulz.
Bro, I feel like we're gambling with some things if we do that.
Nah, it'll all turn out fine. Right, Scott? It'll all turn out fine.
I have no promises.
Yeah, see, nah, I trust it. It'll all turn out fine.
Yeah, no. That's like that. You trust him because I don't trust him for a nanosecond after
Do you
that.
trust me with a death note?
Oh God, no!
There you go.
Dear God, no, I don't. I trust Scott more with it. At least he doesn't know what my actual name is. But
So yeah, we had Night of Champions this past weekend. Scott,
yes, and if it's not clear at all by our kind of pushing back, kind of stalling on talking about the topic here, there are some mixed feelings about the show, I would say. Would
It's
you
a
guys
Saudi
agree that
show.
was like safe to say, some mixed feelings?
It's a Saudi show. You get what you paid for at this point.
Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, about that, I definitely don't normally go into this area, but this is we try to stay about wrestling, but to be honest, there's some wrestling topics that you have to go outside of the wrestling world because this is where the truth comes out. Unfortunately, Jade Cargill, when she won her championship match, got
Good for her.
resounding boos, got disrespected, and a bunch of terrible stuff has happened. And to be honest, I'm surprised on one part that they didn't boo females wrestling before, because normally, because of how they're, in certain
Yeah.
countries work, their business.
Yeah.
But this tends to be a little bit more personal because it tends to be a common denominator on this one, and I don't think Naomi was ever there. If people know what I mean, I'm not trying to mention exactly what it was. And I mean, this is the risk you take. You go to other countries and you try to put on a show and try to make the whole world come together and enjoy it. Unfortunately, there's some people that want to buy tickets just to screw around.
Wait, I'm sorry to ask, Scott. I'm not entirely sure I'm familiar with what you're talking about here. Can you explain?
Can I,
wrestling.
Oh.
The wrestling world was talking about this like a day after, and there was a kind of a thing that they were attacking Jade Cargill.
The Saudis were booing
Jade. Booing Jade, and I think they were also saying like
racially charged stuff, yeah, and we do not like that.
After I thought you were going, I'm sorry if I took it that route, but I just wanted to address that, and it's like, this is the risk. Not all of them are going to be awesome like Australia, but
it's fine.
We learned the lesson, then to go there again.
No, you know what? It's fine.
That's my idea.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I was completely unaware of this situation.
I'm happy to show some sense of light. Not light.
If they weren't booing her, then
into it.
definitely silent. But
I mean, listen, there's only so much I feel like I can say on the topic that hasn't been repeated like 10 million times over. If you're there's about 10 million reasons in the world why you can boo a performer. About 10 million reasons in the world. If those types of reasons are the reasons that they're booing Jade Cargill, a lot of people need to do a lot of growing the fuck up real quick. I'm sorry to say it. I know it's a completely different country, it's a completely different situation, but like, no, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's okay just because it's somewhere else. So grow up, grow the hell up, people. Yeah. Do us all a favor and grow the hell up. Anyway, now that we have addressed that obvious elephant in the room, let us talk about the card in itself. So, leading off the night, we had the King of the Ring finals match between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. And up until I say the last match of the night, I genuinely thought this was the best match on the card.
This was a good match. All we needed was Ted DiBiase Jr. and we had the Legacy triple threat.
Yeah, speaking of controversy,
remember Legacy, everyone? Push remembers.
It's funny that you mentioned him. It's funny that you mentioned him because I watched the entire thing on Saturday, and Michael Cole, I think this was the first time since he left the company that they actually just mentioned the name Ted DiBiase Jr. on the broadcast.
For a minute there, I thought he was going to come out, but then I was like, nah, that's
no,
dumb.
No, he needs to be in prison for the rest of his life.
I know. That's why I said it was dumb.
But yeah, overall.
That's why.
Wait, what?
That's why I said it's dumb.
Yeah, well, there you go. But anyway, the match in itself, I mean, listen, you see these two guys against one another. Neither one of these guys know how to put on a bad match. I genuinely think. I know that, a lot of Cody's matches in the past have been kind of whatever, but to be honest with you, I don't feel like that has anything to do with him specifically.
Cody's a fantastic storyteller.
And, you throw in the fact that these are two guys with textbooks worth of story behind them and their connection to one another. It made for a fantastic match. I'll also say this: nobody knows how to play a back injury, much like Randy Orton does.
Yeah.
Like nobody knows how to sell a back injury like that man.
How did his back get injured again? Was it just like that when he came back?
No, I think it was. I mean, his back had already been beaten up, and he did a superplex on Cody, and that might have just like reignited some pain and stuff like that.
Okay.
But
he wasn't legit injured.
I don't believe it was a legitimate injury. No. They would have. If it were that bad, they probably would have just stopped the match. Honestly speaking. But yeah, what did you guys think of this match?
Good. Again, like Cody and Randy have literal decades of history between both of them. They are alike in many ways, as many as they are different. If you're into like old school AWA style wrestling, like their dads did way back when, this is stuff for you.
Scott?
I unfortunately didn't for the life of me, I kept forgetting to watch the highlights because I wasn't able to watch the pay-per-view in itself. I'm just going to go off the wins like I kind of did last time, and that seems to work out pretty well. So coming with the prediction book, we have everybody but Dom has picked Cody to win this. So I want everybody to congratulate themselves on not being Dom.
Yeah, pats on backs, boys. We all get the point on this one. Now, I did have a question for you guys in regards to this. So, as it was with last year, the King and Queen of the Ring get to face the WWE Champion and Women's Champion. So, at this point would be John Cena and Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah.
So, that means for SummerSlam, it will be Cody versus John 2. So
Electric Boogaloo.
I have my own feelings on this. I have my own feelings on it. I don't feel like it's going to be a bad match, but I feel like there were definitely other people I would have rather seen competing at SummerSlam for the title. But I'm gonna open the question to you guys. How do you feel about Cody versus John 2?
It's going to be a great match. Probably better than their Mania one. Dom said he has a feeling that Seth is going to cash in on Cody or after he wins the title that very night, and that's going to be the start of John Cena's redemption tour. But aside from that, I don't really have much to say about it. I'll probably get more into it by the time it's SummerSlam and we have to do our predictions for that show.
Yes, I was wondering if it was that stipulation still, whoever won it, and I'm glad that they brought it back. This makes perfect sense in the finals. Was it Randy and Cody? And it makes sense that Cody would win. I think SummerSlam is when we will see John Cena lose it. I'll stamp it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think this is where we see the end of it, and because we need enough time for Cena to have a redemption arc, and we can't do it if he's going to count down the days he's going to show up. We can't have it if it's going to hit near. If it's going to reach 5, we're going to have an issue because that might not be enough time for a redemption arc because he might not be able to appear as much as he said he's going to. But yeah, people have complained about Cody getting all these opportunities and constantly win everything. But I feel like it's a lot better that we have somebody going and trying to win for these championships, other than the last 5 to 7 years of Roman and Brock Lesnar all just coming and going when they please, asking for a title match, and then just never showing up and defending this title when they should. So I'm happy with it.
It's funny that you bring up Roman because if we're asking me personally, I think for the sake of the tour, I think I would have rather preferred Roman be the one fighting John at SummerSlam. Because hear me out before you guys just write me off. Think about this from a story perspective. His entire and you know what? Maybe if The Rock were around for this storyline like he was supposed to be, maybe this would make a lot more sense. Roman's entire thing is that he has been carrying the company for pretty much this entire decade. This whole decade, a lot of last decade, he's basically put the company on his back. So I think it's odd that a guy who he beat during that, 4 or 5 years of terror that he was champion, a guy that he beat during that stretch is now coming back. He's saying, I want to ruin wrestling. I want to destroy wrestling. I'm going to take this championship away and you guys can have this, this new whatever title. And I think it's interesting that Roman has said little to nothing about it.
He's a part-timer. He's not here as much. And they're going to keep sticking him with the bloodline until that runs its course,
yeah, but
even though it already has.
Here's the thing. From a story perspective, this makes perfect sense. Because if you're the guy who you've said that, you've been carrying this company on your shoulders for like the past decade, and another guy's coming in saying, I'm ruining all of this, well, why wouldn't you be at least having a desire to want to go and face this guy?
Well, they still have
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because the person who actually held this company on their shoulders currently has the money in the Brain Creek briefcase. So he kind of is doing it for us, in a way.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that
we'll talk about that later on.
They still have plenty of time to bring in Roman, but I feel like the whole purpose of the John Cena retirement tour, outside of the ruining wrestling thing, is they're trying to do all of Cena's greatest hits. So let's set him up against Punk again. Let's set him up against Rollins again, I'm sure, in the future. If Edge were here, I'm sure he would have had him fight Edge again. Let's have him fight Randy Orton again. Like I've said multiple times, it's John Cena's Sinister Six, and Roman and Cena's feuds never really went that deep. Yeah, they built up the whole franchise player versus franchise player thing multiple times, but Cena's history with Roman was never as deep as it was with Punk or with Orton or Edge or Angle. That's probably why they're not doing that. Again, we still have a couple months left in the year. It's very possible they could bring in Roman to be a part of this, but I don't see him being part of Cena's Sinister Six. So that's probably why they haven't brought him in yet.
I don't know.
It's also I think that John Cena is going to be able to verse better competition as a face because a lot of younger wrestlers are heels. And you can put him up with an up-and-coming heel, and during his redemption tour, just have him fight John Cena and help him.
So, I mean, the obvious answer here is that if it goes the way we think it is, Rollins cashes in at Money in the Bank, John's at least going to make an attempt to win the title back. Or does he? Does he even make an attempt at that point?
One thing's for sure.
We'll talk about Seth Rollins in his briefcase later.
So, we'll talk more about that later. But I think it's interesting. But yes, SummerSlam, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena.
We do have a match. We do have a main. I think it was the main event.
Yeah, we'll maybe talk more about that later. We'll maybe when we get to that. But for now, let's move on. Let's move on to the street fight between Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh yeah, that was a street fight, wasn't it?
That was a street fight. And, aside from that comment, I thought this match was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I honestly expected this one to be the throwaway match because of, not only the location that they were in, but the simple fact that there was no real stakes to this match. There wasn't a title, there wasn't a contendership. So I was worried that this was going to be a throwaway match. And then I remembered who were the two competing. As we've said a million times before on this show, Rhea Ripley is one of the most popular superstars in the company. Men and women, she is one of the most popular superstars that they have right now. And Raquel, despite, more or less just being a muscle for Liv Morgan, and I guess now for Roxanne as well, she's still a very good competitor. I think in ring she's very good. She's very talented. And I don't know, maybe
sucks
it's
at
me.
everything else.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just, a sucker for a good street fight. But I was actually very entertained by this match.
The match was fine. I just think in the terms of being a street fight, it wasn't anything special.
Street fights are not street fights.
Not anymore.
What do you mean?
It's not a street fight anymore. It's just another way of saying it's a no disqualification match because
table
nothing
spot,
really changed.
Air spot, and kendo stick. Boom. There's every street fight for the past 15 years.
Yeah,
and it's also unfortunate that all these street fights also somehow end up finish at the ring. How about we go farther than just the upper crowd on the floor seats?
Yeah,
and then go back around and then into the ring. Can we actually see them go and then backstage? Maybe, set up barricades like they used to do? Because I'm pretty sure you can do that still and have them fight throughout the crowd while they're on the sides. That would be a street fight, not them being in the ring the entire time, just using weapons. Just making I've hated the concept of constantly naming all these street fights and every different name throughout the thing. Just say no disqualification match. Get rid of the street fight. It's not a street fight anymore. And until you're willing to make it what it used to be, it's never going to be a street fight.
Somebody can tell me if I made this up, but I remember for some reason when I was a kid, I watched Kane versus MVP in a street fight, and they had done this thing where they had made the ramp look like an actual street. Does anybody else remember this, or am I just making this up right now?
I don't remember that.
I think it was at a pay-per-view where the set just looked like that, but it has been literal years. But I know the match you're talking about, but I think that was just the setup for the show. I think it was either Judgment Day or Armageddon or something.
It was one of those things, but it looked like an actual street. I thought it was specifically for the
the street fight itself.
For the street fighting itself. Y'all will have to forgive me if I'm getting this completely wrong. You have to remember I was 9 years old at the time, so.
Dude, I was the same. It's all
good. So memory ain't what it used to be.
I would probably be able. I'm older than you guys, right? I believe so.
I'm 20.
Yeah, I would probably be able to remember easier, but I don't remember. So, one question before I give you the results: did Roxanne appear at all?
Yes. Roxanne
did appear.
She did make an appearance, and she got thrown in a garbage can for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the results. It was a resounding Rhea Ripley, and we all get a point for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
But the thing here is the reason I asked did Roxanne appear, because I had an extra point and I said Roxanne appears. So I get an extra point for that.
All right, Scott gets the caveat
point. A lot more wind up in that than I thought. But yes, Rhea does win this match, beats Raquel. Hopefully that means we can stop with this Rhea versus the Judgment Day story, but I heavily doubt it. I know it won't, but you know what, Francis, a man can dream. And from what it looked like during Monday Night Raw this past week, she's going to enter a feud with Io now for the title.
Baby girl!
Which, while Francis is SIMPs,
squirrels in my pants?
Again, Rhea Ripley, I don't think has ever beaten Io.
No, she hasn't.
Oh my God! Yeah, no, that's right.
So that's why I actually think it's an interesting feud going into SummerSlam, because Io does hold that over her. And you know what? Finally, thank God, because they have not done a single thing with Io since WrestleMania. I don't even think she's been on TV.
I feel like she has had to have been at some point.
I don't think she has, man. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't think she has done anything since WrestleMania.
Gonna
Couple
have to look into
backstage
that.
segments, but other than that, no,
Gonna
sorry.
have to look into that. Scott, what's next?
Yes, let's talk about the next match on the card.
What's next?
And okay, all right. If I had oh wait, no, there was one before it, I believe.
A
The
dollar?
next match on the card was Karrion Kross versus Scott's favorite wrestler, Sami Zayn. Everybody, Sami Zayn. Karrion versus Sami. This
Didn't we,
match,
all
man,
put
this
Karrion?
this match. I wanted it to be. I think I wanted it to be Karrion, but in my heart of hearts, I knew deep down.
Everybody but Cap chose Arian.
Oh.
I figured that's what it was, man. Listen, in my heart of hearts, I wanted it to be Karrion. It's an interesting thing when it comes to Karrion, man, because like on paper, this man had, and we've probably said it a million times on this show already. On paper, this man has everything. He has everything. The character is interesting. I will say that at least. I'm going to be honest, I still sometimes get kind of confused with what it is and what he's talking about.
It's like, I think his gimmick is like, okay, I'm going to keep doing what I did with the Final Testament, but the Final Testament isn't a thing anymore. So how do I reconcile both of those?
I think I didn't understand it until he started calling himself the devil you know. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, that's actually a pretty kick-ass nickname. But
Yeah, no, he's ripping off Sean O'Hare in 2004.
Just like on paper, this man has everything you need. And it's not that he's even like a bad in-ring worker or anything like that. No, he's fantastic.
They're just not giving him any substantial wins.
They're not giving him substantial wins, but I think a part of it also falls a little bit on him as well, because I'm going to be very honest, he was leading throughout most of this match. And it was kind of boring, to be honest with you.
I don't understand, like, unlike Jey Uso, where they should have known they should have known that it wasn't gonna really be a success when he had the championship. His gimmick really just carries his entire thing, because the gimmick is flashy, everybody loves the gimmick, but the man behind the gimmick isn't really that good. So the gimmick kind of helps him more. But this isn't about him. We know what we're gonna get with Sami. We've given him a champion. Unlike Jay, we've given Sami Zayn single titles, I believe, right? He's had the U.S. title.
Yeah, he's been a
two-time Intercontinental
He's a
champion.
multi-time Intercontinental champion.
And every time he wins the Intercontinental, it's like terrible. Like the motivation for Sami Zayn when he has a title on him just doesn't exist whenever he grabs it.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not talking about Sami here specifically. And you know what? I will ask you this question, Scott.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like the Karrion thing doesn't work? What's not working here? What's not clicking? Because on paper, he should have everything. But
It's
what's
not that
not
nothing's
clicking?
clicking. It's just they won't let him win.
No, it's the reason why his championship reigns doesn't work is because we understand when you're trying to make it to the championship that you're the underdog and you're like Daniel Bryan. You're the underdog. You're the guy nobody expects to win. But guess what? Daniel Bryan knew when to be a boss when he had that title. Sami Zayn still acts like the underdog when he has that title around his waist.
Scott.
And it just doesn't make sense.
Scott, I'm not talking about Sami. I'm talking about Karrion.
Yeah, like we want to know, why do you think Karrion doesn't get any?
Why is it not
push?
working with Karrion, my man?
Because this is one of the fuck ups that they're doing. We always have a fuck up. No matter who's in control, there's always a wrestler that they just don't push that they should already be pushing. And Karrion is unfortunately one of those wrestlers. And it's very unfortunate because I love Karrion Kross. I think even his character now I really like, but you guys, I don't know what it is. Everybody loves him. The only unfortunate thing is you gave him a shitty gimmick. You had you already had 2 factions out that were edgy, dark, and demonic. We didn't need a third one. That group had nothing in common when they were a group.
Mhm.
The Final Testament. It's just he's a lot better when he's with his girl as a solo.
Agreed.
He has the size. He has the promo because we've obviously heard it. He has everything we want. It just baffles. These are just one of the fuck ups that they're just gonna have. We're gonna view this later and it'd be like, Triple H, this is your biggest flop.
I'm an optimist, so from the looks of it, it doesn't look like this feud with Sammy is ending just yet. So maybe around SummerSlam, they'll finally give him a substantial win. I hope, and then they can utilize Karrion properly. But until then, yeah, I think Cap and Scott hit it bang on the head.
So there was that, but there's also just the overall fact and the fact that the match was kind of boring, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It was it was very standard, and like Scott was saying, there is a formula when it comes to Sami Zayn matches. He's gonna get beaten up. He's gonna be beaten to damn near unconsciousness.
It's the ending of a fucking Rocky movie.
And then
he gets
just
his ass kicked, and then
out
he
of
feeds
nowhere,
off the energy.
Out of nowhere, beats him. He beat Karrion out of nowhere with a haluva kick.
It's perfectly fine for Sami Zayn to be on a losing streak. You've done it with a wrestler that actually deserved to be a champion in Dolph Ziggler. You would constantly have him lose matches. Fans loved him. And he was able to prove himself. They loved him as a champion. He was a great heel when he won his first title, I believe. He was a heel.
You know what I genuinely think would help
and their
Sammy
and their big fumbles when Sting returned. You could have kept pushing. You could have kept pushing Dolph Ziggler. He would have. The fans would have loved it. He was champion for a bit.
Here's something that I'm thinking about when it comes to Sammy. It's the fact that I genuinely believe he was more entertaining when he was a heel. He didn't have that many more accomplishments as a heel than he does as a babyface. But there were moments where he was at least kind of funny during it.
We talked about that last week.
I know he's been heel before, but for some reason, I always black out when he's a heel. I can't ever remember when he was a heel.
Dude, there was a period of
Roman Reigns is the only time, and that's because it was 4 years long. So, yeah, because it's kind of implanted in my head now.
It was that plus 2 more years. I don't know.
There was that weird time in, I want to say 2018, 2019, where they turned him into a parody of wrestling fans. And they had that weird bit where he would just get out into the electric chair. And he says, "You could have asked me about AEW. I'm how Vince McMahon sees fucking wrestling fans. Bashmeagle." That was him.
Bashmeagle?
Yeah, Bashmeagle.
There was that. There was a period of time where he was, when he had first turned heel, he was with Kevin. So
yeah, there was his tag team with Kevin Owens.
And there's always a magic when those two guys are together. So, hell, even when they were both baby faces, they were still entertaining. So, I don't know, man. I think it's maybe worth throwing that back, and I genuinely think that it genuinely looked like there was a bit of a moment where they looked like they were gonna do that, because he was really staring at Jay when he was world champion. Like there was a lot of times he was like really staring at Jay, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. If I may quote Dom a while back, the problem with Sami Zayn is like, again, Cap, you said it earlier, the best every one of his matches is, oh no, how much more can he take? And then he pulls out a win. You can't do that every single time. He has to dominate at some point, and unfortunately he just never does.
Yeah, no, man, it's unfortunate, but I think Scott actually put it together quite well. He has a chance to be sort of like a Dolph Ziggler-esque character.
Or Daniel Bryan Danielson.
And, you know, I line him more with Dolph, to be honest with you. Because Daniel did have some, like, substantial championship time.
Yeah. And Dolph just never did.
Dolph never really got that opportunity to, like, really break out of the mid-card.
The last big thing I remember Dolph Ziggler doing was when his Intercontinental Championship feud with The Miz back in 2016. And he still ended up losing the belt a week after he got it.
Yeah, man. It's unfortunate.
And he lost it for the dumbest reason imaginable, because they were doing Survivor Series that year, and they wanted I forgot who was U.S. champ at that time, but they were a babyface, and it was like, oh well, we need a heel IC champion, so give that shit back to Miz.
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
Yeah,
but
and that's when we started getting fed up with constant title match rematches.
Well, no,
we were fed up by that.
We were already well fed up at that point. But anyway, yeah.
That just made it worse.
I don't know, man. I think we need to start pivoting a little when it comes to Sami Zayn. Yeah. And you know, maybe let him listen to Karrion a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway, moving on with the card here. We've got oh boy. All right, let's talk about it. The United States Championship match.
May I start off with everybody got a resounding
versus Solo Sikoa for the United States Championship. As Scott already pointed, nobody got a point on this match. And it was because I can't speak for you guys. I can only speak for myself. It was because I was an idiot and I thought for a moment that Solo had actually run out of cousins.
You really thought that you dared to underestimate the High Chiefs pullout game or lack thereof? Cap, when we say this man had so many kids.
There was also another thing that happened during the book. We did all get the resounding wrong, but I tended to not all, because all of us, we all did an extra point when it came to Cena and Punk, and we'll get to that later. But I did 2 more extra points. You already know one was Roxanne appearing, and my other one was Solo's group interfering. And JC Mateo was there, and he. I'm
gonna be honest with you. I'm still calling him Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what it is.
It's such a more intimidating name.
It's a more intimidating name, and I'm sorry.
Understand why I called him pay-per-view still.
The name JC Mateo just does not. It does not scream future world champion.
What, does he run a halal restaurant in downtown Manhattan?
He's not a world champion.
That name doesn't even scream mid-card champion. JC Mateo.
JC Mateo, the wrestler, out in the indies, he could be a world champion. But in WWE, everybody kind of goes down a peg, and he's a mid-carder champion.
I don't even think
that name doesn't even scream mid-card championship, though.
He was a mid-card guy. He was a mid-card guy in New Japan.
Who knows? As soon as they're done with the Bloodline feud, they'll probably all just disappear anyway.
Oh, Scott,
dude,
You idiot.
You
You,
know
ever thought the
they-
bloodline feud story was ever gonna stop?
Sing it with me, boys. 1, 2, 3.
Never-ending story. Oh god, we do need to really bring back that button. That is the true never-ending story right there, guys. But yeah, no, I made the novice mistake of ever thinking that this family was ever going to run out of cousins. Because in the middle of this match, and by the way, the match, I'm gonna be honest, as far as a Jacob Fatu match goes, this was, very by the numbers. I personally felt while I was watching the match. And then we got the JC Mateo / Jeff Cobb interruption. Which,
Jacob did some really cool aerial stuff.
What's up?
Jacob did some really cool aerial stuff aside from his usual moonsault.
Well, yeah, no. Jacob always... Jacob is a phenomenal athlete for a man his size. I've made the comment all the time. The man's built like Umaga and moves like an Uso. Like... Which is
terrifying.
Which is horrifying to think about. But yeah, no. He was beaten down Solo for a lot of the match. JC got involved. He beat down JC. And then we get what could only be described as the greatest comeback in wrestling history. Tonga Loa is back, everybody. That's right, not not even Tamatonga. Tonga Loa, people. He came, he hit the magic killer off the top rope to Jacob. Yes, to Jacob. Solo hit the cover. 1, 2, kicked out at 2. Which, it's funny when I think about it because I genuinely believe, all jokes aside, this genuinely might have been the least critical WWE return that I've ever seen. This is the most ineffectual return I've ever seen. Like, just... Tonga Loa came back and just nobody cared.
Because he's a botch monkey, and he may or may not have gotten overshadowed by another arrival later on.
Physically and metaphorically speaking, he was overshadowed.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So Tonga Loa gets taken out. Jacob hits his moonsault. 1, 2, well, not even that. The referee was knocked out at some point during all this psychosis. But anyway, after Jacob did go for a pin, we see that another member of the Anoa'i family showing up. And it is, now, I know him as Hikuleo from New Japan Pro Wrestling. The fact that Michael Cole didn't even say his name tells me his name is not Hikuleo.
No, it has Tonga in it.
Yeah, I was about to say, they renamed him something. I don't remember what it was.
I'm sure
Tongalea, Tongalua.
I believe.
I think it's that. I think it's either Tongalea or Tongalua. Which I heard somebody say they really hate Michael Cole. Because now you got Tamatonga, Tonga, and Tongalea, whatever the fuck it is. But they really, not creative with these names.
I genuinely think that they are making his name Tala Tonga. Which, by the way, are you kidding me? You're going to name the tall guy Tala.
Get it? Because he's tall.
But anyway, the Tongan little brother... Yeah, by the way, this is their little brother, this guy.
Yeah, it's ironic.
Again, little brother. Choke slams Jacob onto a table, rolls him back into the ring. 1, 2, 3. Solo Sikoa is not only the new United States champion, But just like that, boom, instant faction.
It's faction never left. Whatever, man. I am so beyond caring about the bloodline at this point that I don't have any thoughts on this.
Are you? Oh, really? You're not a fan of Bloodline 3.0?
I feel like we're on 5.0, dude.
What? I don't know, guys. Thoughts at all about any of this? We are once again left with an unfortunate situation here that
Terrible decision.
here's
That's
the
all I have
thing
to say.
when it comes to
Terrible win decision.
when it comes to the debut of Hikuleo, I'm still gonna call him Hikuleo for right now, because we haven't yet 100% confirmed that his name is Tola Tongo.
Who's the Intercontinental Champion?
I believe it's Dom right now, but he is currently injured, quote unquote.
And who's the other tag champions that aren't?
That are on SmackDown?
Street Profits.
Yeah.
Do we seriously not have one face as a champion?
Here's the thing.
Oh my God.
I mean, Street Profits are Street Profits more
Last
or
time I
less,
known, they were heel.
Yeah, they're kind of in between right now. They haven't fully confirmed either way.
Oh my God, yeah, no,
don't even
we
know.
do not
That's so sad. I didn't even know who the hell the SmackDown Tag Champions were. Were they really? Where the hell were they? Where are they? I mean, I don't see SmackDown, but I also don't see anything about them.
I mean, they did defend their titles last week. Against the Wyatts, no less.
Really?
That match did
that's
end in a
sales
DQ.
action.
That match did end in a DQ, so... Because they're kind of doing this whole thing on SmackDown right now, where the entire roster, it's the entire tag team roster versus the Wyatts.
Really?
Low key, kind of interesting.
Good. Are they good? Are they doing something that doesn't involve fucking Bo Dallas?
I believe so.
No, it's the entire tag division versus the Wyatts. The Wyatt family.
With Bo Dallas?
The Wyatt 6.
Since we're focusing specifically on tag teams, it's been mostly Dexter and Joe doing most of the fighting.
Good. They should continue to work with them, even though their leader is hurt.
So, I mean, their leader is injured, but, he's sitting in the chair and he's rocking back and forth, being creepy. He's got Nikki, crawling around under his legs. Got big-ass Eric Rowan right behind him.
Yeah.
It's actually quite entertaining. It kind of gives me the vibe of the early days of Bray Wyatt, where he was just sitting in the rocking chair, kind of watching everything, laughing periodically, while Harper and Rowan were just beating the shit out of people. Very
That's
much
what it's meant to harken back to.
Very much a harken back to those days. But yeah, man, I don't know. The Bloodline 3.0. Bloodline 3. God help me.
Next.
We'll see, man. We will see. We will see.
Queen of the Ring.
Next up, we had the Queen of the Ring finals.
Mm-hmm.
A returning Asuka versus Jade Cargill.
Jaderade.
And, despite the comments that we made at the beginning of the show, I thought this was maybe, if the only critique I can give it was kind of slow and a little short on my end. But these are, once again, two women that don't know how to put on a bad performance, I feel. Asuka, of course, a veteran at this point. Probably one of the best women that they've had for a very long time. And Jade, I'm just happy to see that we're finally seeing the results of this mega star debut that she got at the Royal Rumble last year. I feel like we're finally seeing the results of this.
Yeah.
He's finally learning instead of just going out there and just winning 5-second matches. They're actually teaching her things.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna be honest. That's why I was kind of surprised that about your comment at the beginning of the show, because I genuinely didn't think that this match was bad, to be honest with you.
It was a solid match.
It was a solid match. Like I
And
said,
I feel like it was. I didn't even see the match, but I knew the two people that were fighting. It was never gonna be a bad match. That was impossible with Asuka and Jade.
yeah, no. I think that Asuka is honestly the perfect woman to be putting over Jade right now. She is wildly talented, wildly, multiple time champion. This is the perfect person to be putting over Jade right now.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't make Asuka look bad at all, to be honest with you. There is no, we're not burying Asuka for the sake of putting over Jade when it came to this match, I didn't feel. Francis, thoughts?
Well, I already said it was a solid match. Jaderade came down to the ring, dripped out like Storm, so that already as if I didn't need it any more reason to cheer for her. Yeah. Did we all pick Jade, or did any of us pick Asuka?
Yeah, how'd this go?
This is a really bad moment for Dom because he picked Asuka.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he really bit it this week. This pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Man, this man was not paying attention.
No.
But yeah, all of us except Dom gets the point on this, and that means as it stands right now, it is going to be Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam, and that is an absolutely fantastic match that I'm telling you right now may most likely be ruined by Naomi.
Oh God,
No.
please no.
Why is everything got to be ruined by a Nuso?
I already did the never-ending story bit, man. I don't want to run into the ground again.
Well, I mean, people for how long said they love long-term storytelling?
There's a difference between long-term and just never ever ending.
Amen. Amen. Anyway, let us move on to the main event. John Cena, CM Punk, the WWE Championship. I feel like we've been here before.
Have we been here before?
We have definitely been here before. I was but a sophomore in high school, I'm pretty sure, when I was watching Money in the Bank 2012. 2011. Oh, so then I was I might have just been graduating junior high then at that point.
I was still in junior high.
I might have genuinely just been
2011?
graduating junior high at that point.
I was 13.
Oh God, you make me feel so old. I was graduating high school.
Boomer.
I'm a millennial, stupid.
Yeah, whatever, Grandpa.
At least I have a full head of hair.
I have a
It's
full
true.
head of hair. I just felt like wearing a hat.
Why do you think we call? Anyway, what did we think of this match, fellas?
Oh, I thought it was the best match of the night. I mean,
Of course it was.
I mean, this had all of the. I mean, listen, the actual wrestling in itself was whatever, but there's just something that. Let me ask you guys if you feel the same way. As much as I love how much better the sport of wrestling has gotten in the WWE,
Right.
Yeah.
there's just kind of something still almost nostalgically fun about watching two guys spam their signature moves.
Because that's what we used to do with our toys and our video games when we were kids.
I don't know. You guys tell me.
I already did. That's what we used to do with our video games and our action figures. We would just spam the finishers.
There's
we
just
wouldn't act.
No, I'm saying, man.
It used to be a moment in video games where you can get 5 finishers instantly, and you would just do that for like 2 minutes and then just win at the end.
Let me ask if you guys ever did this, because I remember doing this when I was like a teenager. I think it was like 2K15 I did it. I got Goldberg. I was playing Goldberg in like a 30-man Royal Rumble match. And for some reason, I had set finisher to infinite. So essentially, he could just... Yeah, there was a way of doing... I don't know if it was like specifically for like the Xbox 360 or something like that. Yeah, I had a 360 while I was doing this. But I had like found a way where you could just like set finisher gauge to like infinite at the beginning, like before the match even started. And I just spammed the fuck out of spears and jackhammers the entire thing. And it was probably the funniest match I had ever made in one of those video games.
Yeah, you had a biblically accurate Goldberg match. Congratulations, bro.
God, I don't know, man. I thought it was funny.
Oh no, it is funny, but like it's also a biblically accurate Goldberg match.
But yeah, more or less that's what we got here. Until the inevitable interruption of your new favorite band, Seth Rollins and the Bronze.
They still don't have a name.
They still don't have a name, which I don't understand what we're waiting on at this point. But until they come out with an official name, and you know what, even after they come out with an official name, I am still going to call them Seth Rollins and the Bronze.
I'm just saying, man, they should have got back Braun Strowman. That way we'd have Braun, and Bronson.
Oh, and it really, really does help my case that I'm going to officially call Braun Breaker the American Pitbull. Because it really doesn't help the fact that he's acting the way he's acting now. He's the American Pitbull.
No, that doesn't work because he's not connected to fucking Davey Boy Smith.
You're only the American Pitbull. Get over it, Francis.
Wait a minute. Davey Boy Smith. Davey Boy Smith was the Bulldog, you idiot.
Yeah, that's why he came up. That's why him and fucking Rob came up with that thing. Oh, Davey Boy Smith is the British Bulldog. Does that make Braun Breaker the American Pitbull?
We found a cap trigger on him. I forgot what triggers you really goes off when we found Francis El Grande.
The American Pitbull.
He's back, by the way. Did you guys see? He's back. His injury must have healed faster than it thought.
The greatest up and coming wrestler.
Anyway, let's keep talking about the main event here. It was stopped. There was a brief moment of action that was...
Fucking dick.
Anyway, during the match, the ref got knocked out, and out came Rollins and the Bronze, which gave me the extra point, I believe. But there was also...
we all got the win with Cena, and we all got the point. An extra point, because all of us did the exact same thing. This match was easily predictable. We all chose Cena.
Oh, the match was incredibly predictable, but it was incredibly predictable, but it was still fun. It was still fun to see.
Yeah.
There was a particular moment in this match where there was also a bit of a callback, a bit of an Easter egg for some of us here. Charles Robinson can still run like hell.
Yeah.
There was just a brief moment where I saw that man bolting down to the ramp. And let me tell you, how long ago was WrestleMania 24 at this point? I feel it was like, what?
Are you okay?
Like
you're going to want to sit down
16 years ago?
17 years. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You asked.
And
my knee just cracked. Thank you, Kat.
I wish I had.
Yeah. My knee just cracked, too. Thanks, Kat.
Scott, you're older than us. I don't know why you're laughing.
He's laughing at our pain.
I'm laughing at you guys because I don't have that kind of old man pain like you guys have. being older.
Yeah, you got worse.
No,
Yeah, you got
I'm good.
worse, man. Yeah, come on, man.
Just back pain. That's it.
Yeah,
and
we-
that's because I sit weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, man. Yeah, you're totally not wearing adult diapers underneath right now. Like,
He's not fucking Methuselah.
all right. Anyway, there was that. By the way, it was abruptly stopped by John just like trucking the shit out of Charles.
That man may be dead. That man might
Which,
be dead.
God damn you, John. God damn you, sir. Do you understand how hard that man was running down that ramp?
Yeah, I think he
Just
died,
to be
you guys.
stopped by a 250-pound John Cena?
We do know one thing: the Undertaker approves.
There was also this point where Penta had come out as well because he'd been feuding with Braun and Braun.
With Bronson.
With Braun and Bronson. But he kind of did that
With
Jeff
Breaker,
Hardy
man. Braun
thing
Breaker.
where before he was able to run down the ramp, he had to do that Penta walk. You know?
Which,
I
yeah,
saw,
fair.
bro. I saw someone on TikTok flipping out. He's like, he's getting beat up. Stop fucking dancing and doing your signature and get the hell down the ring and help him. What
Whoa.
the hell are you doing? And so
No.
I will bring that back up. Penta, what in the holy hell were you doing?
He has
man, we need to get through the
style
hits.
on them, Scott.
He's
He
got
has
to
to
do it, but he
style
got
on
style on him
Anymore.
first.
He just to do what he needs to do.
He's like, hold on, Punk, I'm coming to save you, but first. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, what you know about this, huh?
Yeah, bet you never saw this before. You wait from Mexico if you don't hit this one every once in a while.
You hear Punk in the ring, Penta! And he's like, oh, right, yeah, yep. He's like, oh, right, yeah, shit.
Meanwhile,
Oh,
like
God.
6 guys in the crowd are just like, whoa, what was that about? And literally everyone else is like, what was that about?
And, yeah, now we can talk about it a bit, because after John had, just sent Charles Robinson into the 10th row of the stands, there was a brief moment where Seth was yelling at him, and you hear him say, "This has nothing to do with you." And I brought up the question with Roman, and so I will bring up the question again now, specifically for you, Scott, because you brought him up earlier when I brought up that question. Why is it that a guy who has been, in your words specifically, has been one of the guys that have been carrying this company on his back for the better part of this decade and a better part of last decade, why is he not seemingly focused at all about a man who says, I am going to ruin wrestling? Why does he seem like not concerned with that whatsoever?
Because I think it happened on Monday, but because he doesn't have a concern for that championship. He wants Gunther.
And
I think he said, if I'm right, I think he said on Monday night, the only reason I showed up was to stop Punk from winning, but my attention is on you. And he points it at Gunther.
it's also that he hates Punk more than he hates Cena.
Okay, but here's the thing. If the whole point of this faction is to consolidate power, we say it a lot. There's a lot more power in the WWE Championship than there is the World Heavyweight title right now.
Yeah, but he hates Punk.
I mean, am I the only one that's seeing this? Like,
Yeah, but he hates Punk.
I would think it's because Punk is on the same the same brand as him. So wait, is he on Raw? No, he switches back and forth. But
Yeah, but he's mainly on Raw.
He's mainly on Raw.
Yeah, Punk is mainly on Raw.
Punk is mainly
He just
on
had an
Raw.
opportunity against Cena just to make it because it was John Cena.
Yeah.
But here's the
Yeah,
thing,
so
John's not just stuck
if
on
in-
SmackDown either. John's kind of
Yeah.
been doing both right now.
Well, he's John Cena. He can do that.
So, I don't know, man. I just feel like, this whole thing is about
Oh.
ensuring the future of WWE.
Yeah, but he hates Punk. Do you see a recurring theme
consolidating
here?
power.
Yeah, but he hates Punk.
we're kind of being repetitive
And
here.
on top of it, everything else, there's no reason why this can't end with, John in the middle of a match and, out of nowhere we get spear.
Okay. Cap,
16
Cap.
tsunamis
Yeah.
and then a cash in.
Captain, brother. You're not getting it, so I'm gonna break it down for you as best as I can. Okay? Seth hates Punk. One more time.
Okay,
One more
okay,
time.
all right,
just in
hold
case
on,
you didn't
hold
get
on
the
for a
first
minute.
time.
Hold on for a minute.
Seth hates Punk.
Okay, yes.
Did we get that?
Got that. So, yes, as you said, Seth hates Punk, as if that
Right.
wasn't crystally clear
It is an apparent. It's not
for
fair
the
to
past
you.
like
I
2
understand
years that CM Punk's been around.
Yeah.
Then why focus on Gunther?
Because it's all part of the plan.
Oh my
Also
god.
because I think Punk is going to be gone for a little bit. I guarantee you that if Seth gets involved with the Gunther match, Punk is coming out of nowhere to fuck him up, dude. Because that's what this all comes down to. It's between Seth and Punk.
So if this is the case, then let me just say it. Our only option of getting the belt off of John really is just Cody at this point, is it?
Yeah. Cody,
Maybe.
yeah, that's exactly. I know I never gave you an answer because Francis was trying to make his answer my answer, but it's
I apologize.
I think that's exactly. I think you just said the answer of why he didn't go after John Cena's title. Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, but you could at
Cody
least
Rhodes is
fucking
the face.
try.
Cody Rhodes is the face of the company. You're gonna want the face of the company to have the major title. That's not. Seth has always been the face of the company, but they treat him like he's the shadow.
He's always playing second fiddle to someone else.
He's always second fiddle to someone that he's better than.
Yeah.
It's tragic, but in this case, it is true. It is true.
Yeah, it was
honestly
never
speaking.
meant to be him.
For some reason, it was never meant to be him. It was meant to be him and John, him and Roman, him and
No,
Cody.
it should have been me. It should have been me.
You joke, but if anyone is justified to have that arc, it's Seth.
Yeah, right. I think he should hit up Dolph Ziggler and see if he can take that from him.
Yeah. He's not using it anymore. He's in TNA. He's on top of the TNA world. Seth can take that for himself.
So I don't know. Does it truly just come down to the fact that the reason is because it needs to be Cody?
Maybe.
Yes.
Despite the fact that all of this technically is Cody's fault to begin with.
And you don't want to heel versus heel because Cena's not going to turn until he loses that title.
Well, it wouldn't be a heel versus heel match. It would be a Money in the Bank cash in, and that has existed before. That's happened. It has to have. I feel like it has to have. I can already see Francis going beautiful mind mode on that.
I mean, not Damian Priest, not John Cena.
Yeah. Again, I'm
Not Edge.
gonna have to paraphrase you on this one, Cap. I don't know. It's whack, but
So
guys, let us know in the comments.
go.
Has it ever happened a heel on heel cash in?
It had to.
Let's go with the results, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, the results for Night of Champions, the prediction game.
Last place, we have Dom with 3.
Incredible.
Hint: the only reason why he has 3 is because of Cena and Rollins, so that helped. In third place is Francis with 5. And the winner of Night of Champions with a resounding 7 points is me.
Damn it.
It's me.
Wait a minute, so how many points do I
won.
have?
Yeah. 6.
God damn.
You
I should
had
have
the
said
most-
the Roxanne
you
thing,
had the-
man.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the reason why I won this one.
Because of the Roxanne thing.
You had the wins. I hit every single extra point. Every single one.
God damn it. You know
So
what?
the 3 extra points that I chose, bam.
You know what?
bumped up.
It's my
You
own
almost had me.
fault for not anticipating that Solo had more cousins in his back pocket.
Didn't you have Solo? I feel like you had Solo at first and then you switched.
I had Jacob, man. I thought it was gonna be Jacob through and
Yeah.
through. There was never a nanosecond in my head
He
Solo
just-
was gonna win
To
this.
be honest, nobody thought Solo was going to win. He just won the title, and he automatically loses it after what? 2 title defenses? No, that's bullshit.
2 title defenses.
Unless they want to
the
push him up
man's-
to the main card, which, if he winds up being a main card wrestler after losing, after this little feud he's going to have with the Bloodline, I'll be fine with it.
I'll be fine with it, man. And also Jacob versus John for the championship. My God.
Hey,
I don't know. I think it'd be sweet.
all right.
Oh
So
God,
that
you know.
concludes Night of Champions. What
Yeah.
else we have in store, gentlemen?
Oh man. Well, since we were talking about them before, gentlemen, let's talk about tag teams.
Oh.
Let's talk about tag teams for a minute. Let's talk about one tag team in particular. Let's talk about the New Day. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, man. Now, late last year, for all of you who remember, Kofi and Xavier had what I considered and what this podcast considered to be the most shocking heel turn in a
Ever.
very long time. In a very long time, I will say. The only one that's even come close to it was the John Cena heel turn. I will say that.
Yeah.
And by come close, I mean blew it out of the water. You know, they had turned on Big E, told him that, you know, essentially blamed the man for breaking his neck. You know, became probably the most hated wrestlers in the company for like a number of months, to the point where you have guys like Dominic Mysterio even telling them, "I'm bad.
You guys are fucked
You
up.
guys? No." It's like, I thought I was an asshole. You guys? Jesus. And it was so incredible, specifically for me, because it was a heel turn, and they never actually touched Big E. They never put their hands on him.
Emotional damage.
Francis makes the joke. It was entirely emotional damage that we all felt. To the point where I couldn't even watch the playback because it was that uncomfortable. And how do we follow this? We follow it with
A year of doing nothing.
a feud against the LWO that lasted way too long.
And I still
A
forgot
tag
it
team
happened.
championship at WrestleMania that, honest to God, looking at the SmackDown tag team championship that happened like the Friday afterwards, these two should have been switched. That TLC match between the Profits, DIY, and the Guns, one of the best tag team matches I've seen in years. But no, we didn't get that at WrestleMania. We got what was more or less a glorified Monday Night Raw match.
Heel versus somebody mentioned this on TikTok because that's where I get some. I don't get my ideas. My thoughts are not from TikTok, just so if anybody's watching. But he did come up with a good point. Fuck, I just had it.
I mean, there was
I just had it. I fucking lost
a
it. Sorry.
brief stint versus the Creed brothers, American made, which you might have been hinting at, a heel versus heel feud.
Yes, that was. Thank you. It just hit me just before you said that. Yeah.
Which was entirely confusing because, theoretically speaking, we're not supposed to root for either one of you. And
It was a match that was never supposed to happen. I don't know why I don't know why Judgment Day got those titles again. I don't know why.
Several months of nothing, only to then lose the Raw Tag Team Championships to the Judgment Day, Finn and JD, your new tag team champions, in a match where there was maybe a week feud between the teams. A week, maybe? Let's talk about that.
Maybe.
Another heel versus heel tag match. Because all the tag teams on Raws are heel right now. Had like barely any bit of build up towards it. I don't even think the two teams spoke to each other that much. And the New Day did not even have a broadcasted entrance. Their entrance was cut. If you watch it
last night,
on
right?
Netflix. This is last Monday night.
Right. And they lost to the lamest version of the Judgment Day. Yeah.
No, they got rid of Carlito. They're a little bit.
So
They just got to get rid of Raquel.
So I don't know. You guys help me out here. What the fuck? What happened here? What happened?
They lost interest. That's it. They probably, like Dom said, they were probably building up to Big E returning to take them down. Big E hasn't gotten cleared yet. And they realized, oh shit, what are we going to do with these two now? And they realized they had nothing for them. It's as simple as that.
Scott, do you have anything to add?
I thought we were going to see the split of the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
I don't know why Liv Morgan needs to be a heel, not healed, to be a part of that. If that is the reason why they put a hold on that, because Liv Morgan's supposed to be there while it all crumbles, but you broke up with Rhea and she wasn't there. And I'm pretty sure you can do the same thing with Liv and go to Roxanne. It seems to be a good trend Dom's going towards.
Yeah.
In regards to the New Day, anything? Any bit of explanation as to what the hell, what happened? What's happened here?
I don't know. I'm done with this group. It died when Damian Priest left.
I'm talking about the New Day.
That's when it should have been done.
It died when Big... Yeah.
Oh, it died when it started.
When Big E left.
It died.
Yeah.
Even
Big E got hurt. That's it. He was the
arguably the best one.
He was the light.
Yeah.
I mean I have at this point I have to agree, man. At this point I have to agree. It is, I say this and I am a fan of, I liked the New Day when I was high school, college. I was really like the peak of the New Day and stuff like that. And I liked them. I liked these guys. As heels, I thought they were funny, to be honest with you. They were annoying, but it's like a funny annoying. And, one of the longest runs as tag team champions of any tag team. It only got beat by the Usos maybe 2 years ago. Before that, it was Demolition, which was what, the 80s?
90s. Late 80s, early 90s.
It is like, it's heartbreaking, honestly, to see. It feels like watching an athlete that you were a fan of for so long, but they've just stayed in the league for far too long. To the point where now it's like you're just begging them to stop at this point. You guys know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
So I mean, is it even worth asking this question? Like, is there any way to salvage this, or are we just like,
Unless
this just
Big E
it?
comes back, I don't think so. Sorry.
No,
I don't think so either, man. To
I
be
don't.
honest
I
with
can't
y'all.
think of anything.
To be
Yeah.
completely honest with y'all, I do not think there is any way to salvage this. So it might just mean now the split of the New Day, the once and for all split of the New Day. Where that goes from there, I don't know. Maybe Kofi gets another mid card single run. Maybe Xavier gets a mid card single run. I don't know, man. But this has fallen. I have not seen a fall from grace like this in a long time. This has been wild.
No.
How many of us had that on our top 5 for 24? I think it was like
I don't remember.
I think it was like all 3 of us or something like that. Like 3 of us
I believe-
had it.
Yeah, how the mighty have fallen.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Yep.
Speaking of the mighty falling, let's talk about Charlotte Flair. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, next Sunday, I believe, is Evolution, the all-women WWE Premium Live event.
Yeah, it only took them 7 years.
It only took them 7 years to bring it back. I'm looking. I feel like they're gonna do a better job visually wise. Number one, I feel like visually this is gonna look a lot better than the first Evolution did. I do have some fears, which maybe I will talk about next week when we get into more in-depth explanation about Evolution. But one thing that has not been made clear is what is the Queen doing for this historic pay-per-view? And the answer might be Michelle McCool, of all people. Scott, I believe you had the story for us with this one.
Yeah, I was looking through my WWE app or wrestling app because I don't know, I haven't really viewed it in a while, and I didn't get to read that. I should have read it again because I don't really remember that much of it. But Michelle McCool has thrown interest into facing Charlotte Flair at that event. It's not something anybody wants. We don't want Charlotte. Nobody wants Charlotte. And I mean, I'm sorry, Undertaker, and I know I'm wearing your shirt, but Michelle McCool wasn't, to everybody out there who, they kind of try to show Michelle McCool up on a pedestal. She wasn't.
She wasn't.
It wasn't all.
It wasn't
It wasn't
bad,
all
man.
that. It wasn't. She wasn't that popular. She wasn't that successful. I mean, Lay Cool was successful, but her solo, not so much.
Her WWE run was so much shorter than than anyone would give it credit for. Like you look at like Trish or Lita or whoever who were there like 7+ years. I feel like Michelle like was a good 3 or 4. I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
She was the first ever Divas champion, I believe, so she's got that for going for
She's
her.
got that going for her. And you know, here's the thing. As far as the Divas Championship goes, I think that a lot of people's memories stop when it comes to like AJ or Paige holding that belt. If you want to go back even further, you could say Nikki. Like,
Oh my God! I think I know why they went with Charlotte, because Michelle McCool was the first ever Divas champion, and Charlotte was the last ever Divas champion.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, hey, look,
I don't know, man.
That woman's kept herself in shape, so you know, maybe we won't be seeing any ring rust from her. But like Scott said, it's between two wrestlers that I don't think are. One is very unpopular due to her attitude backstage, and the other one hasn't necessarily been around for that long to get that, if you know what I'm saying.
And I mean,
So-
let's be honest. Let's call this match for what it is. If this match is happening, this match more or less serves to be a nice gesture to Michelle. I think that they would go with this idea simply due to the fact that they did want some sort of legend on the show to have a singles match. Originally, we were going to go with Nikki Bella versus Liv Morgan. Obviously, that's not happening now. So this is sort of like the oh shit button for WWE. And
That explains.
I'll be devil's advocate
Nah,
for a moment.
The oh shit moment was when Punk said, "Yeah, I don't understand why you'd want to leave when they hired your ex back." That was the oh shit.
That was incredible.
That was great.
That was
great.
incredible. I don't know that we really got a chance to talk about it, but Punk life, man. The Doctor of Punkonomics.
Oh, 10 out of 10.
This
That was genius.
This is a segment that on paper this should not work. On paper, CM Punk, a damn near 50-year-old skinny white guy from Chicago, should not be anywhere near rapping. The only 50-year-old white man that has any say in should be anywhere near the world of rap is Eminem. And this guy, CM Punk, should not be there. But good Lord, the execution of this segment.
Me and Dom talked about it for a little bit, and while he thought that this was all John Cena's doing, when I saw the video, I told him, I'm like, okay, the idea I do believe was John Cena's, but the words that came out of Punk's mouth was definitely his, because that shit did not rhyme at all. He had a little bit, but it was just not. The promo was amazing because it's CM Punk. It's just when you're trying to view it as a rap, you just kind of gotta rhyme.
Viewed as a rap, if we're viewing it as a rap, it was terrible. But we're not viewing it as a rap. We're viewing this as obviously revenge for Cena stealing the pipe bomb.
Yeah.
And just another thing when it comes to this segment, I loved when they would cut back to John after every line, and he just has this look of absolute disgust on his face.
This motherfucker right here.
It's like, this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, this is white boy swag, the likes of which hasn't been seen since Terry
it wasn't
Bogard.
even that. It was more so, it was from the very beginning. The second he heard the music, he had a look on his face like, I thought I had burned every single track of this song from the
You
planet.
did, John, but the internet is forever.
It was. John sold this perfectly, man. This was the look on his face, man. I genuinely could not get over it. It was incredible. God, I don't know what the rest of. We're only halfway through the year. We're just now getting into July. This might go down as one of my top 5 for this year. I'm saying it now. This might be one of my top 5 moments of this year.
I do not blame you.
Like, I don't know what's gonna happen the rest of the year, but like this is gonna be one of them.
Knowing top 5 moments, I call the next guest whenever we do get one.
What?
Oh, absolutely, man, absolutely.
I have someone in mind. He's a big wrestler, maybe even bigger than Francis.
Ooh.
Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Let us move on to our final segment of the night.
Yes.
And so, as much as happened
is Francis Terry?
What?
Huh?
What did you say?
Oh, it was a joke. He was taking a shot at me. Don't worry about it.
What did he say?
Continue, Cap. I don't know, but I heard Francis, so it couldn't have been anything good. Go ahead, Cap.
Yeah,
What we got?
true. We go from talking about memorable moments here, but let's speak for a brief moment about some of the guys, some wrestlers. There's no way to say it, are completely forgettable, man. I'm talking about the wrestlers and the characters that, by only hearing their name, you have no idea. You have to see a picture of these people, and you have that moment of, oh, that guy. I thought it would be a fun way to end off this episode with us talking about. For right now, we'll keep it to just one apiece here, one apiece. Some of the most forgettable characters in professional wrestling that we can think of. I'm talking about the true oh shit, that guy moments, or oh shit, that girl moments. And Scott, you look like you're chomping at the bit to start this.
I do.
So why don't you go first, buddy?
Because I really want to mention who it is. This person, everybody, you will know. When I say the name, you will know who it is. But he's very forgettable because nobody ever wants to remember him. He is probably the wrestler who has had probably the funniest segment I've ever seen with John Cena. Who is also the guy who has probably had the most characters in WWE history. And this guy's name is Shannon Moore.
I remember Shannon Moore. Yeah, Shannon Moore.
Shannon Moore, man. My God.
Power, the MFer.
The funniest segment I'm talking about is when it's perfect because we mentioned Punk. It was when he dressed up in his rap gimmick, had a gigantic clock, and he just dissed John Cena just dissed the holy out of him. If anybody wants to watch that segment, it's Shannon Moore and John Cena. He's wearing a full baby blue outfit. Shannon Moore, I think, is wearing a full baby blue outfit. I'll never forget this segment because I was just dying laughing this entire time. And this is a character, this is a guy who when I mention Shannon Moore, you know the name, but there is multiple fucking characters that you're thinking in your head right now that he played.
Right, I'm thinking about the guy who had like the big ass mohawk and the face paint on him.
Yeah.
That's who I'm thinking about when I hear Shannon Moore.
I remember when he was a part of the Mattitude stable with Matt Hardy.
Not the Mattitude.
Yeah, the
No.
Not Mattitude.
No, here's another best version, Scott. I'll top your John Cena segment. This segment's like, Shannon, you are my Mattitude follower, my favorite MFer. And he went around for the rest of that year wearing a shirt that said, I am an MFer and proud.
Oh man, yeah, that's funny. That's
cannot
great.
breathe
I've
right
been
now.
looking for that
man.
shirt for years and it's gone. Because it's the best wrestling merchandise
Oh my
ever.
god, man. Shannon Moore. And funny enough, I think after he left WWE, he was doing a couple of things in TNA too. He was in a tag team, and their whole thing was the fact that they were just really tatted up, these guys. Ink and Ink, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds about right for TNA, for early TNA. And
their whole
most of
thing was
TNA.
that they're tattoo guys.
yeah, that's not even the lamest tag team that TNA has ever given us.
Oh,
I'll
my
save
God,
myself for last. Captain, who do you got?
Oh man, Shannon Moore. That was a great. That's great.
That was a reach.
That's a really good one.
First
That's a
name
really
that popped
good
up
one.
to mind when I mentioned
Yeah.
when you re-mentioned the topic and before we went live, that's the first name that popped up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Cap, who
God.
do you
You know
got?
what? You know what? Actually, I know we said one, but like I'm kind of already having fun with this. Let's do one more out of each of us. I'll go
Oh,
next,
God.
but just think of like one more if you can. So mine is a tag team, actually. Mine is a tag team.
All right.
Similar era to Shannon Moore, we'll say. I have, for some reason, they were another one of those teams where like it felt like they were really on the rise and just fell from grace so quickly.
If you're thinking of the tag team I'm thinking of, I'm gonna be so pissed because that's the one I was gonna mention.
Which one
Who
were
you
you
got,
thinking
Captain?
of? Because I'm thinking of the former SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Deuce and Domino.
Fuck you! Deuce and Domino were cool! Fuck you! Deuce and Domino were cool! You wanna know what? I like the greaser gimmick.
I will definitely say this. They played the gimmick perfectly. The two of them and that girl that was with them on the roller skates. I forget what her name is.
Cherry!
Jerry, yes. They played those gimmicks perfectly. By the way, isn't Deuce somebody's kid?
Yeah, guess what? He's fucking Sim Snuka. He's in the fucking
Oh my god,
bloodline.
he's an Anoa'i.
He's a fucking, you know what?
He's an Anoa'i.
Wait, say that again? Wait, hold on. Say that again?
Deuce.
Yeah,
Deuce, the one with the black hair.
Dude,
He's Snuka's
His
kid.
real name is Sim Snuka, and he's he's a member of the fucking bloodline.
He's in the family. Oh my god, I
that's
completely
crazy.
forgot about that.
I didn't.
These people
I
are
gotta look.
everywhere.
I gotta look at him again.
Yeah, he's
Which
super
tongue
fine.
is he?
He's Superfly's
He's,
kid. He's Jimmy Snuka's kid.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh my god, that's insane. These people are everywhere.
The High Chief
This
refused to
family
pull out.
is everywhere. Oh my god. But I don't know, man. These guys, anyway, back to the original topic. These two, they came on the scene. They beat the holy hell out of Kendrick and London. Paul London, Brian Kendrick. Beat them for the tag team championships. Held on to those titles. Lost them to, I think it was that period of time where MVP and Matt Hardy were a tag team for a little while. They were forced to be a tag team.
Yeah, they were an odd couple gimmick.
And after they lost those titles, crickets. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not a damn
They tried to
thing.
give Cherry a push, but she didn't exactly do anything.
I do remember they tried giving Cherry a push for a little while. Did not work because it feels like the gimmick was fantastic. Like it was hilarious, the gimmick. Done by people that could just not keep up with it. Like, the gimmick was great, but there was nothing past the gimmick. You could only hear so many John Travolta jokes after so long. You can only listen to a John Travolta impression for so long before it gets stale.
We get it. You guys saw Happy Days. Go away.
But
the car was cool. You have to admit.
Oh no, the cars were fantastic. The car was amazing.
Those Thunderbirds were fucking awesome.
I want those damn cars. I want them. I want to roll up. I want to roll up in front of Francis's apartment in one of those.
Are you gonna be dressed like a fucking greaser?
I'll have the leather jacket.
All right, Francis, who's your pick?
Anyway, Francis, yes, who is your pick?
Oh boy. Do I have a pick for you guys? Let me all regale you, gentlemen, with the epic tale of one Mr. Jackson Andrews. It's okay if you don't know who that is. This very well may have been the most oralist man on the face of the planet.
Wait a minute. Was this the big guy that was following around Tyson for like 2 weeks?
This was the big guy who was Tyson Kidd's bodyguard.
For like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was on the main roster for 2 weeks in 2010. He was dating, I believe it was Rosa Mendes at the time. And his gimmick was he was a big tall man with muscles and the most unintimidating face you will ever. I can't even call him Diesel from Wish because even Wish wouldn't take this dude.
Oh my god.
And also he had random beef with Daniel Bryan Danielson, and then they quickly forgot about that. He was on the main roster for 2 weeks, went back to he had another meaningless feud with Mark Henry. I'm just remembering that now. And then Mark Henry buried him alive. He went back to FCW. And he was never seen again.
I feel like I saw this guy once.
And
he
that
ate
was
a world's strongest slam.
That was his last appearance on the main roster.
And that was like the highlight of this guy's career.
Yep.
That is psychotic, man. I don't even remember the guy enough to have like a full-fledged conversation about him.
Of course you don't. Like I said, he's the most oralist motherfucker you've ever seen in your life.
There was just nothing behind this dude. Nothing.
All right, then let me help this with my second choice.
Give me one more. Let's do one more each.
Because when I got mistaken, when I mistook your comment, I thought of this group, and you know what? It could still work with them. This was a tag team that looked to had a big promise. They went 2-0, went and versed the tag team champions for their third match, lost, and was never heard from them again. Ladies and gentlemen, this tag team was the Highlanders.
Not the Highlanders.
Yes, the Highlanders. Oh my God.
They're very unforgettable. I don't want to forget them because that was such a great opportunity, and I don't know what happened.
These guys.
It was just 3 matches, and that's it.
These guys. I'm going to say it right now. These guys made being a Scottish wrestler cool before Drew McIntyre was even a concept. Oh my god, I remember these dudes.
You just unlocked a core memory, Scott.
You truly did.
Oh, yeah.
And what's insane is the way you described it is 100% right, because these guys were around for like 3 weeks and then never seen again.
Went 2-0. They went 2-0. I don't know who the tag team champions were when they versed them. All I know is they got beat, and then they were never heard from again. And nobody will. That's there. I don't want to forget them, but they are very forgettable.
Oh
Good
my
God.
God, man! This
They will never be mentioned on TV ever.
no,
ever.
No,
no.
they're
Why
the
would they?
Highlanders.
Why would they be? Why would they ever be?
God, I love that
Who's
group.
going out of their way to say, "Hey, you know who needs to come back? The Highlanders."
I just really like Christopher Lambert, guys.
Oh my God, man! The Highlanders. That's a good one, Scott. That's a real good one, dude. Let me see if I can match this, and I think I can.
I already have 3.
I think I
Oh,
think I
God.
can match it.
Yeah.
We talked about auraless people for a moment. And specifically when I mentioned this guy in WWE, the epitome of, and I want to point out specifically WWE, this man was auraless. Because this guy showed up again in TNA and he was actually fantastic. Like, or he wasn't fantastic, but he was really cool, this guy. What do you gentlemen remember of NXT Season 2 winner? The IWC knows this man as Low Key.
Oh no.
WWE fans know him as, I think his name was Kaval or something
It was
like
Kaval.
that.
It
Oh
was-
God, I know that name. He's so forgettable. I know that name I fucking know that name. I have no clue who the hell you're talking about.
Talking about
I heard that.
And that
name.
is the point of this segment, Scott.
yeah, Scott,
That's the
remember
point of
earlier
this
when you
segment.
when you talked about like guys that upper management just don't like and just get shat on because of it. Prime example was Kaval. He was the shit in TNA.
This
and then he
man,
went.
this
And
man,
then
Kaval,
Mhm.
outside of WWE, this guy is actually pretty cool. Low Key, as a gimmick in TNA, was pretty awesome. He had like a Hitman routine gimmick to him. He would be wrestling in the Hitman suit. And when I say Hitman, I'm talking about the video game series Hitman.
it had just come out when he was doing that.
This guy was wrestling in the suit. This guy was sick. He actually had some aura to him in TNA. WWE? Not an ounce. They told him
Never
to
drew a
take
dime.
they told him to take all that aura, all that charisma that he had. And they told him, yeah, you just leave that shit by the door. Because what we got was a man who won NXT Season 2. His teachers were late cool themselves.
And he still got nowhere.
He had 2 matches. I think he had a shot at the IC title against Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler absolutely trounced him, by the way. He was supposed to be on the SmackDown team during bragging rights. And he lost that to, at this point, I forget what their name is now, but at this point, their name was Tyler Rex. I unfortunately have to use that name. It's not referring to me what their name is now. I do believe that they are transgender. I am just not thinking of what her name is right now. So if
Is
anybody in the
she the
comments
person
can tell
from
me.
Is she on AEW? If that's the same person I'm thinking of.
No,
I don't think
no,
it's
it's not her.
Rose.
Not her. No,
No,
she's But
So,
I
yeah.
am using that name simply because I cannot remember what her name is right now. If anybody has it
So-
in the comments, please let me know.
Please.
But
All right, guys. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm really excited.
but yeah,
for
it
this
was
one.
that, and then he just said, "Screw all of this. I'm going back to TNA. I'm gonna go be a hitman." But yeah, that's my example. Low Key / Kaval.
Yeah.
Francois.
Francis, you
All
got
right,
one
gentlemen.
more, buddy.
I saved the best for last, guys. And I'm going to regale you all with the story of one Sean Stasiak. Yeah.
I've heard that name before.
Okay.
And now
so
I am
Sean
going to do the point of this segment. I need to look up who this is.
I'm
ahead,
going
Francis.
to fucking tell you.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, man.
So,
Oh my god, my back is killing me.
I've been there. So Sean Stasiak started off as a guy in WCW near the end of the Monday Night Wars. He had he did next to nothing and was a jobber in every sense of the word. Then in 2001, WCW goes bankrupt, gets bought by WWE. Almost all of their talent comes over there, and then we get the invasion angle. And this invasion angle, we that's been well documented. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the MVP of it, Sean Stasiak himself. Now, so basically, let me set the stage. 2001, a bunch of WCW jobbers and ECW jobbers band together to take down WWE. Sean Stasiak, he's one of those guys. And at this point, Stone Cold was leading the alliance because that's how bad they sucked. They needed a WWE guy to come in and save the day. So Sean Stasiak needs to prove himself to Austin. So how is he going to do that? Well, he is going to assassinate WWE wrestlers backstage. And the way he goes about doing this is like a brilliant tactical fucking hitman thing that even low-key Bret Hart, George Patton, Oppenheimer, none of them can come up to the brilliant strategic level of thinking this guy came up to. His brilliant plan of attack is to charge at people, screaming like a maniac, and running at them at full speed. And every single time he tried this, his would-be victim would use the age-old Machiavellian-style counterattack of moving slightly to the left.
Not moving slightly to the left.
Yes, moving slightly to the left. They would move.
You gotta show me, Francis. You gotta show me that video, please. You gotta show me that.
When we go off, I'm gonna put a few in the Discord so you guys can watch. But yeah, every time there's a backstage interview with like The Rock, Austin, the Hardys, Edge, Christian, Eddie. Whoever.
I can't get a face down, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I think I remember that. I can't think of the face.
Oh my God.
Every time Kurt Angle, he tried it with Kurt. Every time someone's giving a backstage interview, he would run at them screaming bloody murder. They would move slightly to the left. He runs smack into the wall and knocks himself out like he's Wile fucking Coyote. and here's the best part. The rest of the segment would go on like nothing happened. And that was the legend of, and that was the greatest contribution Sean Stasiak ever gave to wrestling.
Oh my God.
Trying to assassinate wrestlers and they hit them with the most powerful move ever invented. Moving slightly to the left.
Wow. What are you doing? I'm dodging them. Really? All you're doing is moving nasally to the left. Wow, this guy has some tactics.
I know, moving lazily to the left. My God.
Oh my God! Oh, it's time that The Rock bust out his best move. Moving lazily to the left.
Oh God, that's too much.
Burial with a capital B.
Oh God. So
damn it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've done the whole point of this show. I had to look up who this guy was because for the life of me I couldn't remember. And I'm looking at his picture and I still don't remember. But you know what's funny? He's a chiropractor now.
Sorry, that was funny.
The funniest thing about this all is that he's apparently a chiropractor.
Yeah, he fucked up his back by running into a wall for a year.
I suppose if you do spend most of your career just running into walls at full speed, you know a thing or two about back and neck pains, I guess. Oh God, that is funny, man. That is funny as hell. This was fun. This was fun.
Yeah, we
man.
need to do more of this.
We need to do more of these. Guys, let us know in the comments section below. We're probably going to do these more anyway, especially because I need to hear some of these from Dom, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I need to hear some of these from
sure.
Dom. But let us know in the comments, did you like this segment? And
I know I did.
why don't some of y'all in the comments let us know who is the most forgettable wrestler that you guys can think of. So with that incredibly funny note, I think we're going to end the stream here. Guys, if you stuck around to this point of the video, that means you probably like what we do. So why don't you give us a follow here on Twitch so you get the podcast every single week. You can also subscribe to our YouTube page where the vlogs usually end up the very next day. The VODs usually end up the very next day. And while you're at it, and if you want even more of us, well, why don't you give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at The Push Wrestling, where...
Nice plug.
Hey. Where you guys can check us out for daily wrestling content. So, for all of us here at The Push, my name is Cap.
Got Dash.
And I'm Francis.
Oh crap, I just realized Dom's not here to ring the bell.
I got
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say it. It felt so weird.
Okay.
You can do it, Cap. You can do it, Tom. You can. Thank you. That was.
Yeah,
He was probably waiting for
that was
that
never
too.
gonna stop. That was never gonna stop.